I warned you all, 2025, it was going to get real dark, real spooky. A lot of things would be unearthed, and I plan to deliver on those promises. Charleston White does a brand new interview, and listen to me. The man absolutely cooks Bill and Devin Haney. Bill has been calling out Charleston for whatever amount of time. Now we have an official response from Charleston White, and he had a lot of things to say. In this video, I'm going to break it down. Let's get unpacked. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live, Boxing Ego unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Now, it appears the Haneys can't really catch a break. And since the Ryan Garcia fight, post Ryan Garcia fight, their names have went viral, mostly for the wrong reasons, which I've talked about on my channel. The Haneys didn't like that. They have released scathing attacks against your boy Ego, saying this, calling me names, things like that. It's still not going to stop the programming. Now, Charleston White did a brand new interview with Say Cheese TV. Make sure, I'll put the link in the description. Make sure you run their numbers up because they talked about other things. It's a longer interview, but I want to focus on the boxing part that he talked about Bill Haney and Devin Haney. And buckle up, be prepared for this because he definitely had a lot to say, a whole lot to say regarding the Haneys. Like I said, it's been one thing after another, not in a good way, and that's just what it is. I'm trying to find the person who sent me. I'm going to start shouting you guys out because there's a lot of times where you guys let me know what's going on, send me clips, and I want to do a better job of record keeping, but I wasn't even aware of the Say Cheese interview until somebody sent it to me, and I'm wondering if I can find, because they even gave me the timestamps. So I appreciate when you guys do that. The timestamps really help. I'm a content creator, so I don't make it around to all this content. However, when you guys send the link or tell me what to look for specifically, timestamps really really help, then, you know, it makes it that much easier. And I'm trying to find it. Here we are. I found it. So a big shout out. This video has been brought to you by Carlos Jemison 2212. He's the one that hit me to this and said, Charleston White interview just dropped on Say Cheese, and he's going off on Haney. And he was even nice enough to put the timestamps, which really helped. I've listened to it, and not all of it actually, but some of it, and we're ready to do the video. But Charleston absolutely goes in on Bill Haney. Now, before I get started, I want to say this. Remember when Boxing Ego told you the Haneys be lying, and they're lying on my name? I refuse to let anyone try to devalue my brand, call me a liar, say I don't know what I'm talking about, yada, 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 without proving it. So when we break this Charleston White interview down, I want you to pay attention how Bill Haney is exposed lying on my name, and I will show you how he's exposed. So Bill Haney posted on his you see the blue check mark. It says Ego the fake report on YouTube. So he says I have fake news, fake report. Ego the fake report on YouTube, who lives off promoting lies instead of covering boxing, is at it again with another video of fake news. You're right, Ego, or Eho, name calling. No one comes close to you when it comes to hate, lies, and your obsession with Diddy. Your son was in the pool with Diddy. I've never met the guy, so I don't have nothing to do with Diddy. But whatever. Keep it up, chump. Second time calling me a name. And then it says, Charleston White, you've got busters and minions out here trying to help you. This was in response to my first video where I went over what Charleston White said. So I'm living rent-free in the Haney's mind, and they're watching my content, even though Devin Haney has me blocked, watching my content, screenshotting the contents of the video, and basically he says it was fake news, as if I made a fake Charleston White account and this wasn't real. To illustrate me being fake, and he was basically saying that the first video I made about what Charleston White said about him, he said it was fake. So he watched my video, or took this screenshot from the video, and then he typed it in Twitter, and it says no results. So either Bill is too old to understand how the internet works, but this doesn't make sense. Anybody with the brain can clearly see this is Instagram. So what I quoted and what I shown in my video of Charleston White was from Instagram. You said all this and called me names and said, oh, Boxing Ego is lying about it by going to a different platform, typing in Charleston White, and it says no results found. Probably because you're on the wrong platform. I used Charleston White's Instagram. You're searching on Twitter. So that's the first mistake. Now, this is funny. If you look at what was said here, it says Bill turned into an angry Muslim man, right? He's talking about Diddy put him on his back, punched into him. He says, I heard Diddy liked them young, and them boy do got lips like his mama. And he put hashtags, he tagged Say Cheese, right? So let's go over that. Bill Haney is saying that I'm fraudulent and I was reporting fake news. He tried to fact check me, but he did it wrong and went to the wrong platform, which is why there was no search results. I got it from Charleston White's IG, Instagram. You searched on Twitter and tried to expose me. But the funny thing is, if you look at the first video I made that had what Charleston White said, in this brand new interview with Say Cheese, he's literally saying the same thing. The part about angry Muslim, you got your mama's lips, Diddy punched into you. He's literally saying the same thing. So leads me to believe that it wasn't fake news at all. This was Charleston White, which is what I said. And he just elaborated it. And now he's on camera. So I thought I put out fake news. Man, I told you this was going to get real dark. You can't accuse someone of being a liar, then try to expose them, only to expose yourself because the information I put out was actually accurate. Haney's are down bad, people. And this is what happens when you try to go against the grain so much. And the other thing I want you guys to pay attention, Charleston White's his own character. So some of the stuff is like over the top. But a lot of what he's saying is what your boy Ego has been saying. So I had to have this preamble, and then now we'll get into the actual content. Shout out to Say Cheese. Again, link in the description. This is just an excerpt, and I'm going to kind of give you my commentary as we break this down like one big happy family. So Charleston White, it's, again, Bill said I was fake news, and I made up the first video, but you see this is a screen grab from an actual sit down. It's not AI. Boxing Ego is not a fake reporter who made this up. And again, you'll hear him say a lot of the same stuff. Roll the clip.
So what's up with Devin Haney, his father? I mean, Bill Haney, he feels really strongly about you.
Well, he tried to book me to do his podcast. Probably about 9-10 months ago, maybe 6 months. So he actually tried to book me to do his podcast, and I wouldn't do it for free. So he been hating ever since.
Boom. Charleston White just told you. I had a conversation with Bill. He tried to book me 9-10 months ago for his podcast, and I said I'm not doing it for free, and he's been hating ever since. Remember I told you the snake energy, right? I've showed the Haneys nothing but love throughout their career. The Ryan fight I felt was a mistake. I spoke my mind. Now you see how the Haneys turn. When they don't get their way, this is what they do. Charleston White is now telling you that. Bill tried to hire me or like collaborate with me because Charleston White goes on to say that Bill refused to pay and didn't want to pay. Like, Charleston White is funny. You're going to go viral if you have him on your podcast. You brag about your son making so much money. Devon's always like, I'm making real bread, Teofimo Lopez, stay out of rich people's business. You bought the girl, the wife, the baby mom or whatever. You bought her a Maybach, right? And then Charleston White wants to get paid for his services because he knows that he's super funny. And if you have him on your podcast, it's gonna do numbers just because people are checking in and tapping in. They want to hear what he has to say. So realistically, why are the Haneys so tight with the money? Because Bill likes to talk and Charleston White always goes viral if you are in the hip hop culture. So that probably could have been interesting, or it could have got views at the very least from both, so it could have been a good collaboration. But Bill Haney chose to start dissing Charleston White, and Charleston White saying he been against me ever since.
Yeah. So he been feeling some kind of way after Ryan Garcia slaughtered his mother son with them lips like his mama.
Whoa. Notice he said exactly what Boxer Ego said. He said Ryan slaughtered his son. He been feeling the way. That's exactly what I said. I said Ryan slaughtered. So same exact verbiage, same word. Ryan slaughtered Devon when he was hurting him. And he said, with them lips like his mama, I told you to pay attention to that because Bill Haney said I was fake news and lying about this. Again, this is a screenshot from my first video. You see I had it on the screen, same setup. And he says, y'all get on your feet. I heard Diddy like him young. And boy, dude got lips like his mama. And then now in the live in person, in studio, he's saying the same stuff that he said in this post about Diddy. Devin got lips like his mama. You an angry Muslim. But Bill lied on me again and said I was fake report and tried to convey to the fans that I made it up and this account didn't exist. Man, it's looking so bad. So bad.
So he been hating ever since. And plus I brought Ryan Garcia to my mother's house when Aiden Ross came to town. So he been feeling some kind of way after Ryan Garcia slaughtered his mother son with them lips like his mama. And I wouldn't do the podcast for free. He thought he'd go get a free podcast. He started this. No, got your son making this kind of go get a free podcast. And plus I brought Ryan Garcia to my podcast, and I wouldn't do it for free. So he been hating ever since. And plus I brought Ryan Garcia to my mother's house when Aiden Ross came to town. So he been feeling some kind of way after Ryan Garcia slaughtered his mother son with them lips like his mama. And I wouldn't do the podcast for free. He thought he'd go get a free podcast. He started a podcast and tried to get me on it. I'm like, nah, homie. Hell no. Got your son making this kind of much money, you got to pay me something. He didn't want to pay nothing. So nah, Bill just mad I won't do his podcast. And I had Ryan in my mama's house and I bet it on Ryan and Ryan won.
Bill Haney turned when Charleston White says, you going to have to cash me out. Y'all making this amount of money. Y'all celebrities. You want my voice and my commentary. You going to have to pay like you weigh. And again, this team always flex cash and talk about cash. And he says, I bet it on Ryan. I had Ryan on the podcast with Aiden, and that's why he's acting this way.
So he say I'm a fraud. I don't know what he is. I just know his son is a fraud. He can't box. Not only that, he let the boy go to one of them Diddy parties, and him and Diddy was in the pool. And boy Diddy was biting that lip like, ooh, I can't wait to tear this little boy up.
Hey, yo, this man is wildin'. So, again, my first video about Charleston White, Bill said I was lying, and he's saying the same thing that I told you he said in the Instagram post that Bill tried to frame me and said wasn't true. He's saying the same thing. He said, Diddy, take that. He said Diddy was biting his lip.
You seen that look in Diddy eye?
Oh man, yeah, and then the caption with Devin Haney said too was like, wow. Like he was like something like, you gotta be in. He was like, they say you gotta be in to go to a Diddy party or something like that. It was just like,
yeah. He got his shitter pushed in. Everybody know Diddy go push you in.
Hey, this man is going off. This dude is hilarious and crazy. He said, everybody know Diddy gonna push you in. What? I'm so sorry. This man is crazy. See, I told you, creating enemies. This is what the Haneys do.
You seen that look in Diddy eye?
oh man, yeah, and then the caption with Devin Haney said too was like, wow. Like he was like something like, you gotta be in. He was like, they say you gotta be in to go to a Diddy party or something like that. It was just like,
yeah. He got his shitter pushed in. Everybody know Diddy go push you in. So yeah, homie. So now Bill just hating, homie. And he steady going on platform after platform bringing my name up. But he just trying to gain some traction for his podcast.
Yeah, you've been ignoring him for a minute though.
Yeah, I've been ignoring him. He ain't talking about nothing because this is what I know. This why I think all Muslim niggas faking. They talk that Muslim talk. But Muslim people are worse than the judgment.
All right. Now this part, he starts talking about Muslim. That really don't have nothing to do with boxing. So I'm going to skip through that. Again, link it in the description so you could take it and listen to it on your own. But he started talking about religion and stuff like that. And I'm not really here for that aspect of it. So I'm just giving you guys, I'm transparent with my audience. Please, my name is Ego. I've been covering boxing over 10 years. If you're enjoying this video and you want future videos sent directly to you on YouTube, hit the bell icon and the like button. But again, he's talking about Muslim people and his belief on that. So check that on the original content. We hear more so for some of the other aspects of what he was saying. Roll the clip.
I'm very disrespectful to Muslim, homie. Pervert. Asleep with anybody. So I don't see none. So when I look at Bill Haney, I just put him over there with the pervert Muslim.
Because you back up Travis Hunter for what his girl do, but you can't clown Devin Haney for buying his girl a Maybach after that footage came out. So which one is it? Because you can't.
Hold on.
So right now, the host is kind of playing devil's advocate. He's like, how you gonna clown Devin Haney for buying his girl a Maybach after the Young Thugger tape, Young Thug the rapper, and she was crying on tape, and that was maybe a past situation, and this is his current woman, his baby mama. So I guess Charleston White, maybe in another interview Say Cheese did with Charleston, he was defending Travis Hunter because a lot of people were saying he was simping and saying Devin and Travis Hunter were very similar. So right now, Charleston White is going to give his opinion on the difference and why he backed Travis Hunter, but he's not willing to do it to Devin.
We ain't seen Travis Hunter girl do nothing but dance at a party. The video, she was paid to be in that video. This nigga girl going to go visit a nigga in jail?
Nah, she was twerking at parties and shit too, though.
Whether she twerking at homies, they young in college. Devin them is everywhere but what, 26, 27, 28?
Yeah, around
Nigga,
that, yeah.
You talking about 22, 21, 23, fresh out of high school.
So he's saying Devin should know better. He 25, 26 or whatever versus people fresh out of high school. Man ain't made it to NFL. He ain't lived enough life. Travis Hunter is super young, like 21, 22.
Dancing at parties is natural. You get drunk, you go dance. Nigga, but going to go see a nigga in jail, that's a different kind of low.
I think that was before she got pregnant by Devin Haney.
They would probably still around. You think she still don't love that? Didn't you hear what Thug come out and said, if I want to get twin today, I can get twin? Didn't you hear Thug say, nigga, if I want to fuck her today, I can still fuck on twin?
Yeah.
But
he was like,
I told you that was disrespectful. When Young Thug said that, he said, I could have that little ish if I wanted. And it's funny because the Haneys got all this energy for the wrong reasons. Mad at content creators, you know, spending their days talking and tweeting, boxing ego and lashing out, stuff like that. But Young Thug is bigger and more viral. He's a way bigger name and celebrity, more of a following than Boxing Ego. But you responding to Boxing Ego, but Devin ain't really dissed Young Thugger that I've seen to this point. You also went to the Ring Awards in the UK, and Ryan Garcia, the man that cheated you, was there. And to this point of me recording this video, I ain't seen no kind of videos cussing, yelling at Ryan. It looked like everything was pretty respectable. You just passed each other. So the man that cheated you, you could keep it cordial, but content creators or Boxing Ego or whatever, you lash out and diss, but you don't do that to Young Thug or the man that cheated you. Boxing Ego, I owe nothing to the Haneys. But Young Thug being a celebrity and saying I could have your pregnant wife in front of millions and all the people that follow him and all the blogs pick it up, that was super disrespectful. This is what Charleston White is talking about. Same thing I said.
if I want it, I still have it. Yeah.
Man, listen. If your hoe going to go see a in jail, she can't get the dick, but she going to, man, that's a different kind of love. I can see if she can get this dick out here, but she can't even get it and still running down there crying over it.
Man, but you said what's in the past is in the past. You can't go back now.
This ain't in the past. This is right now.
I'm talking about that footage that you seen. I don't think she was with Devin Haney yet.
How long? So you mean tell me Devin Haney just got with her and got her pregnant already? Cause Thug ain't been in jail number 2 years? Thug just went to jail.
Yeah, I think that was like right when he went to jail, like 2 years ago.
So how long you so listen, you think she stopped seeing him that day?
Whoa. Hey, Charleston White was cooking. So basically, Charleston White, he's saying like relationships take time to build. How did Devin meet the girl after Young Thug? Like he said the Young Thug state federal, like, you know, the state case only been a thing for like 2 years or so. So if a jail visitation phone call leak, it happened, the date is on it because it's a jail call, right? So the date was already on it. And he's like, so when did Devin get with her? And when did he get her pregnant? Because, you know what I'm saying? The day the tape came out, you think that's the day they stopped, like, communicating and, like, having that level of love for each other or whatever?
I don't think she was with Devin Haney yet.
How long? So you mean tell me Devin Haney just got with her and got her pregnant already? Cause Thug ain't been in jail number 2 years? Thug just went to jail.
Yeah, I think that was like right when he went to jail, like 2 years ago.
So how long you so listen, you think she stopped seeing him that day? You think she stopped being she going to the jail? So how long had Devin Haney been with her?
maybe 2 years, maybe around the same time.
So shit, come on now. So
Okay, so Devin Haney's supposed to break up with her because that shit got leaked. What you saying? Like,
no, he ain't supposed to break up with her. He's supposed to do something, but yeah, buy the bitch no Bentley.
Bro, he said he's supposed to do something. Hey, this dude is a fool. Charleston White funny.
Cause Thug, let Thug get mad. Thug gonna go f*** her.
Wow. He said let young Thug get mad. Thug gon' uck. Wow.
She was crying on that phone. Thug, he just playing on that for the money. He a sucker. Travis ain't no sucker. Travis courted his little bro. Travis proved himself that, hey, man, I'm going to make you like me. And come on now. And Travis didn't have a car or nothing. She said she used to take him places at first. So they been together 5 years. This bro took him up because Thug was in jail. If Thug was out of jail, she wouldn't be with Devin. She wouldn't be with Devin if Thug was out of jail where she was crying on that phone, hollering about she love him.
So Devin, he got to hold this L. That was an L.
Yeah, that was an L for Devin. And
then he turned around and got her a Maybach.
Got her a Maybach. That's why, man, hoes supposed to play on suckers. That's a sucker. That's a real live sucker. His dad ain't got no woman, so what you think he gonna do?
I mean, the chick came out and said that, shit, Devin, that's my guy. That's
man,
old.
I won't say anything. Playing on the sucker. Yeah, man. When she thinks she got a sucker, she'll tell him anything. But what we saw on that phone was a woman in love with another man. And if Thug wasn't in jail, he wouldn't have her. And Thug came out and said, if I want to get Lil Twin, I can still get her. But he had to play back because of Mariah. He had to fall back because of Mariah. But you saw how she was pleading on that phone, crying in tears. Homie, listen. Boy, when a woman showing up at the jailhouse, this ain't just no phone call. She's showing up in a visitation room, nigga, where y'all can't even see each other. Y'all talking on the phone through the screen, pleading. So at what point did Devin come in and get her? Off the back end. He a rebound nigga. Travis and his girl met in college. She didn't have no boyfriend. She didn't even have a clue who he was. This nigga here, this bro, no, he a sucker, just want a little bit of money. And she's running down this jailhouse to go see a nigga that can't put the dick on her. That nigga, it's like this. You can only get that baby that pacifier for so long before it want a bottle. Devin Haney is a pacifier. She was looking for a bottle. Devin Haney just a pacifier. She running down there with Thug getting that bottle.
Wow. Again, Bill Haney said I was lying, and now Charleston White, live in the flesh, is cooking the Haneys. And in my first video that allegedly was fake news, according to Bill Haney, a known liar, I said Charleston White is not the person you want to like beef with. He is too witty. He's funny. He has a following, and he has no filter. None. Like the man said that I had to cut a piece out to post this video because he was going in on the Muslim community, and I don't share the same beliefs, and I'm not airing that part. You know what I mean? My personal choice. But this is why it doesn't make sense that the Haneys are at a point where they should be finding allies and people to help build them back up. People with integrity to like vouch for the brand and stuff like that. What you're doing is creating obstacles at your lowest point. Like Boxing Ego has never like went in this path that they've now forced my hand when it comes to the Devin Haney brand. However, this is my channel, so I will speak my truth, and I will speak the truth to the boxing fan. So I told you all this stuff was a mistake. Going against Boxing Ego, going against Charleston White. Like, the man is too funny. He's too funny. He clearly has an audience. Like, I seen people in Say Cheese's comments, and they was like, when we see Charleston White in the title, we click on it. So now he gonna run the numbers up, and a portion of this is furthering the nail in the coffin for Devin Haney's brand. And like, people already felt the type of way with the Young Thug situation. Like I said, I didn't say too much because I didn't really care. The points I made, everybody's saying. Like, Devin Haney, you know, this is your image, this is your brand, and you now put a baby in a woman who the public is, at this point, judging. And people are saying that's Young Thug's baby, and like, Young Thug's girl, he can have her when he wants. I mean, Young Thug said that. And again, you have to ask yourself about the Haneys. Why are the Haneys taking shots at me? I don't care. But I'm just asking, why take shots at YouTube channels with the smaller base? Young Thug has the biggest base, and you're not responding to him. And the things that they feel that I'm saying that's disrespectful, it's all related to Devon's career, and it's all boxing. Young Thug is saying, I can have your wife, who was pregnant at the time. He just had the baby. She just had the baby. And he's saying, I can snatch your chick and it's nothing if I wanted to. So you tell me what's worse as a man. A man saying he can disrupt your family, snatch your chick when she's pregnant and married to you under Islamic law, or Boxing Ego making videos cooking the Haneys because of decisions they made in post Ryan Garcia aftermath. You let me know that in the comment section. I told you it was going to get real dark. Charleston White, he on their tails. And Bill, I told you in the first video, he's the one that wanted this. He's the one that started dissing Charleston White, looking for it. And then now, you know, Charleston White was asked about it and responding. He's going off. But this is what you wanted. And again, this, to me, I don't think Bill is witty enough. Devin, for sure, is not witty enough on the mic to deal with this, to deal with the Charleston White. He do this all the time. Like when he beefing with China Mac or this and that, like he's kind of known for these little beefs and moments and stuff. So you're just further hurting the Devin Haney brand, which I said from day one.
That's why she was crying on the phone with him. And you got to understand, Devin Haney got mama issues. Boy wasn't raised with his mama. You'll see a nigga that can't put the dick on her. That nigga, it's like this. You can only get that baby that pacifier for so long before it want a bottle. Devin Haney is a pacifier. She was looking for a bottle. Devin Haney just a pacifier. She running down there with Thug getting that bottle. That's why she was crying on the phone with him. And you got to understand, Devin Haney got mama issues. Boy wasn't raised with his mama, so he weak for a hoe. Boy got mama issues, raised with his daddy, and his daddy ain't got no woman. So this nigga got woman issues. He weak for a woman, my nigga. So he'll fall for any hoe that show him some love and some affection that he couldn't get from his mama. That's the difference.
Yeah, man, that video, man.
Man, I'm nigga. I'm gonna kick holes in the wall at the house. My done that.
He said he gonna kick holes in his wall of his house if his girl did that to him.
And I'm gonna always throw it up in her face. Yeah, we could never have peace and harmony no more after I see that video. I'm gonna always throw it up in her face.
So shit, you should leave her then.
Leave her for what? And I can't get another bitch. Devin Haney can't get no other hoe. They can't get no other bitch.
What I tell you, some people you shouldn't beef with. 50 Cent, Charleston White, Boxer Ego. It's just not. Now Devon's becoming a laughing stock. The hosts start busting up laughing because Charleston White is hilarious.
Yeah, man, he done went and put a baby in her. And that might not even be his baby. Yeah, that might not even be his baby, man. He just got trapped and tricked. Yeah, that might not even be his baby, man. Yeah, that boy don't know no better. That boy raised by an angry Muslim, and they don't know how to play.
Man, I don't know. I heard Bill Haney was certified in Oakland, man. I heard he was one of them guys.
Yeah, to go to jail. Yeah, he was certified in jail. But one of them guys, I'm gonna nothing else. I'm gonna get a woman for my boy.
I mean, but all jokes aside, though, he did raise a son to be a successful. I mean, yeah, he did lose to Ryan Garcia, but I mean, look at his son. His son is successful. That should say a lot about how he raised him. He made sure he made sure he was focused, stayed out of trouble. You know, Oakland's crazy. So Devin Haney had to be a hell of a father, though.
See, the host is, playing devil's advocate, like, oh, we got to give him some credit. And then you heard Charleston White was like, was Devin raised in Oakland? Which he really wasn't. But there's that. Because the host said Oakland's crazy, but for real, Devin went to private school or homeschool. That's what was stated. And he grew up in Henderson, Nevada. Like for his, like, I look at it like this. I'm not one of those people like Exhibit was from New Mexico, but then he pretty much grew up in his formative years, his adolescence in LA, or Corrupt's from Philly and he grew up in LA and joined gangs and stuff. So yeah, I'm not one of those people like, oh, you're not really from LA, da. You know what I mean? I feel like if your adolescence and your formative like growing years, you grew up in a certain spot, that's kind of your soil. Now, if you lived in a nice picket fence somewhere and then you moved to the hood at age 21, yeah, you're not from Compton. You know what I mean? But if you were 4 and you lived in like Illinois or Idaho or something, but then from 5 all the way to 40, you've been in LA, you've been in Compton or the Bay Area, that's your home. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not even one of those people. So you heard Charleston White was saying, was he even raised in Oakland? Because the host is like, hey, you got to give credit for the way Bill raised Devin as a responsible man. Check out what Charleston White had to say.
Stayed out of trouble. You know, Oakland's crazy. So Devin.
And like the stayed out of trouble part, again, he didn't grow up in Oakland and he was a boxer. So it's easier to stay out of trouble when, you're doing tournaments and you got your life like a direction of like something that you're into and you're good at, which Devin is, right? As opposed to if you're left to your own devices in your environment and you're in the hood and you don't have a talent or know what you want to do, it's a bit different. But beyond that, he grew up in the
and he had to be a hell of a father though. Let's give him that credit.
But a father would know he couldn't get him no mama. I'm gonna get my boy a mama. Yeah, nigga. I'm like Mister. Nigga, I'm gonna go out and get me a Sealy. Yeah, man, that boy didn't have no mama. He raised with no mama. He weak for a hoe. Yeah, you can have a strong daddy, but you still need that balance of a woman. You still need that nurture. So that's why he crying about the Garcia fight. He done went to court trying to sue the man for aggravated battery. Nigga, him and his daddy is crybabies.
Man, this man is chopping them up. And it's a lot of what I said, is a lot what other people said. He has his own unique spin on some of the angles, but the overall messaging is the same. Crybabies, lawsuit, the way you're acting is unbecoming of the brand, especially if you're a street team and like screaming Deep East Oakland and, West Oakland, like doing all this, but then you're also filing paperwork, suing, saying you want Ryan jammed up and maxed out. You want him to have the maximum sentence. You want Ryan Garcia to ultimately be banned for life, all these things. But Bill Haney says, I'm 50-0 in the streets and stuff when he was talking to Floyd. So none of that really makes sense. with the way the rest is panning out. And that's what Charleston White is talking about.
Nigga, he wasn't focused at that Ryan Garcia fight. And he ain't no strong boy.
He underestimated Ryan.
Listen, he ain't no strong boy, nigga, because his daddy do all the talking for him. He a grown man and his daddy still talk. How he strong, nigga? Your daddy talking for you. That boy really got that pussy. That boy really got that pussy. His daddy won't let him be a man. His daddy still treating him like a little boy. So what you think that girl doing to him?
Wow. Again, Boxing Ego, who told you? I said, why is a 25, 26-year-old man got his dad speaking for him? It's Charleston White saying the same exact thing. So it's funny that Boxing Ego, when I get on here and I talk my talk and it makes a whole lot of sense, people, I don't know if it's because I'm in boxing as opposed to just a pop culture person, like this is my niche. I don't know. But a lot of what Charleston White is saying has already been said by me on my channel. So maybe I'm telling the truth. Devin and his dad, the antic, the crying over stuff, and it just doesn't look right. And then Charleston White saying, like, you not strong. How you strong when you got your daddy speaking for you and you a grown man? You just had a baby, which is what I said. You just had a baby, your first child or whatnot, and you're 25, 26 with your own money. You're a breadwinner, but then you're not strong enough mentally or good enough on the mic, whatever. I don't know why Devin does that. And you got your dad overpowering you and over talking you and tweeting on your behalf and stuff. So Charleston White saying that ain't strong. That ain't a strong young man who's over the age of 18 and their dad does all this. It don't make sense.
But you think that his daddy won't even let him be a man? His daddy speaking and taking. His daddy really want to fight for him. His daddy really want to fight Ryan. But I'm gonna say this. When them Mexicans or them white boys, whatever, was disrespecting him, he didn't have all that energy for them. Think they called him nappy head or whatever something they called him.
I remember. Yep, I remember.
He didn't have all that energy for them.
Also, what I said, when it's someone black, the Haneys, they got all this energy to diss him. When it's Eddie Hearn, they copping pleas, apologizing. When it's Bob Arum, they say a couple things, but they don't call Bob Arum the N-word. Let it be Tank. Let it be Boxer Ego. Let it be Charleston White. Different energy. Then
he went to hating on Floyd Mayweather. So now, homie, he'll think they called him nappy head or whatever something they called him.
I remember. Yep, I remember.
He didn't have all that energy for them. Then he went to hating on Floyd Mayweather. So now, homie, he a different kind of nigga with no woman. Taking up for his boy. Cause he know his boy really weak. I ain't gotta speak for my son, homie. I done groomed him and raised him enough he can stand on his own. And what he can't handle, then I come handle. But nigga, I ain't arguing with no kids and going back and forth with no young people on behalf of my son. That's what Bill does for Danny. Devin, whatever his name is.
Bro, he said Danny. He said whatever his name is. Bro, Charleston White is cooking. I told you this is not, they better hope that Charleston White and Boxer Ego never link up because it's looking bad. But Charleston White, he said Danny, whatever his name is, that's what Bill does for him. He says, I'm not arguing with a bunch of children and kids my son age on behalf of my son. He says, my son handled his own stuff, and if it's something that got too big for him, then you step in as a pops. That makes sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? If somebody put a heater on your son and then, you know, you got to talk the situation down or make sure your son's safe. Okay, yeah, you're going to step in at that moment. But as far as like so-and-so said something about Devin's girl or Devin's shoes or his Ryan fight, and then your daddy trying to fight the battles, that looked crazy to me because you're not always going to have your pops, you know? It's like Simba from The Lion King and Mufasa, Simba, You mustn't go into the pride. Everything the light touches is our kingdom, right? Rest in peace to my boy James Earl Jones. Simba didn't always have his pops. Mufasa, if you watch the new movie, he ain't always have his pops. You got to learn how to be the Lion King on your own. So I agree with Charleston White. It does look weak. It does look like fragile or soft when you're 25, 26, saying you the face of boxing and your daddy got to do all the talking for you. And then when you talk, you all stuttery and stammering all over. Oh, yeah, it's a good turkey. You know what I mean? And then your dad speak clearly, but what he's saying is bogus and bunk, and he lying on people such as Boxer Ego, starting beefs and wars and, war wars with content creators and people like Charleston White. And you're at the point from people are roasting you from the Ryan Garcia fight. Why would you ever think, yeah, this is the time where we need allies, but let's create more friction and enemies and people who want to see my son lose? This is the manager, trainer, and father of him. You're doing your kid a disservice, which I said from the beginning. Now, maybe you guys respected what I said from the beginning when you're hearing somebody else corroborate what Boxer Ego said.
Him be a man. His dad is speaking and taking. His daddy really want to fight for him. His daddy really want to fight Ryan. But I'm gonna say this: when them Mexicans or them white boys, whatever, was disrespecting him, he didn't have all that energy for them. Think they called him nappy head or whatever something they called him.
I remember. Yep, I remember.
He didn't have all that energy for them. Then he went to hating on Floyd Mayweather. So now, homie, he a different kind of nigga with no woman. Taking up for his boy. Because he know his boy really weak. I ain't got to speak for my son, homie. I done groomed him and raised him enough he can stand on his own. And what he can't handle, then I come handle. But nigga, I ain't arguing with no kids and going back and forth with no young people on behalf of my son. That's what Bill does for Danny. Devin, whatever his name is. Yeah, he a weak little motherfucker. He just know how to box. He just know how to box. And he ain't the best boxer. Yeah, nah, he ain't the best boxer. He just know how to box. And his daddy been picking and choosing his fights. But nigga, he ain't really fought no bulldog.
Charleston White was cooking on this episode of Boxer Egos Unpacked. I told you it was always going to play like this. It makes no sense. Bill Haney and the Haneys are out of their depth. Devon's a good fighter. He could fight. It could all be over if he just dealt with the Ryan fight. You felt cheated, learned the lesson. You say Allah is the perfect planner. So take it in stride, learn the lesson, improve, fix what you need to fix. Let the world know your next fight. And it could have just been that. But again, the Haney's taking shots at people. I don't know why you would want Charleston White on your helmet. Pause. That don't even make sense, which I said in my last video that, again, Bill Haney said I was lying about. He said, look, and he put a fake fact checker searching on Twitter when I never said in my video that I got the information from Charleston White's Twitter. Now, after you've heard Charleston White, this is the screenshot that Bill Haney put up. So he's clearly watching the content. And the initial message said, let Bill Haney know I'll get to him and his son shortly, since he's been begging for my attention. This is what he's saying. Since he's been begging for my attention, let them know that I'll get with him. Let them know I'll get with him. In the meantime, tell everybody you reached out to try to book me to be on your podcast, but I wouldn't do it for free. So you turn into the angry Muslim man. However, I can see with my one good eye, which is a direct response to what Bill Haney said, that your son likes laying on his back in order to get you on your feet. I wonder, did Diddy lay him on his back and punch in him so y'all can get on your feet? I heard Diddy like them young, and the boy do got lips like his mama. And he tagged Say Cheese. That is a direct screen grab of what I reported. And You could tell Charleston White wrote that because now that you have the live in studio that we just went through, he's saying a lot of the same. Angry Muslim. The boy got lips like his mama. He wanted me on his podcast, and I said no. So it's clearly Charleston White because this account is saying the same exact things. But let Bill Haney, the liar, say, Ego, the fake reporter on YouTube who lives off promoting lies. What did I lie about? You claim that I made this up or I used like a parody account or whatever you're trying to allege. He says another full video of fake news. You're right, Ego or Eho. No one comes close to the hate, lies, and obsession with Diddy. Bro, what did I lie about when you took a screen grab from my video and now we have the actual Charleston White on camera saying the same things that I reported in my video? Again, you cannot defeat the truth with lies. The Haneys are down bad. He tried to throw mudslide and dirt on my name by making it sound like Boxing Ego just lie in videos for clicks and clickbait. Meanwhile, Bill Haney has actual relationships with other content creators that literally lie on Tank Davis, make up stuff about Tank. Oh, Tank fired his trainers, Bill Haney said. And then I already made a video about it. Tank said he said Calvin's my pops. I didn't fire him. You know, that's my pops. I believe in loyalty. It's deeper than boxing with me and him. So it's funny. I told you the Haneys, what they do is projection. It's always projection. Whatever they say, you could pretty much say the opposite is true. So if they say Ego is a liar, then you know Ego's telling the truth. We just don't like it, which I've proved throughout this video. You said I was lying in my initial video about what Charleston White said. You put up some fake screen grab with the wrong platform to try to make me look bad or make it look as if my source or my, the source material was wrong. And in the end, Charleston White just confirmed my initial video, which I'll put a card for at the end of this video. And he said virtually a lot of the same things. So Bill Haney's trapped. You see, once again, who's lying. That's why I said 2025 is going to be a very bad year for some of y'all, because this is what you condone. People, oh, Ego, why are you doing that? Why are you saying this to me? Why are you mad at the person keeping it real and telling the truth on the situation? But when I'm exposing the lie, you ain't got nothing to say about that. If you guys support this, do not support me because we don't live by the same credo. If you support somebody outright lying and trying to defame and devalue somebody's brand only to have it 4 or 5 days later proven wrong, and then the person they said was a liar is proven right because my reports are all that, don't follow me, because we'll never align, because we don't have the same belief system. You're okay with the Haneys pretty much drowning and telling everyone that they can swim and acting like everything else is everybody else's problem. Charleston White went over a lot. He really touched on a lot. This doesn't make sense what the Haneys are doing. I've maintained that. You guys can love the way Devin boxes or think he's innocent in this. I don't. You hired this man. You're keeping him. He's your dad. You're allowing it. And you guys think the same, because Devin Haney dissed me too. I made a video about that as well. So if I had my pops and he was like running my career, helping manage my career, like what are you doing as a trainer? That's my true question. What are you doing as a trainer except for annoying people and creating small fires and little rifts trying to get relevancy for your son? Like, hey, Charleston White, you're fake, you're a fraud. And then now when Charleston White responds, people are going to say, oh, man, he took it too far. Why are you talking about Devin's girl and stuff? But it's Karen behavior. That is true to life Karen behavior. You can't run around, treat people bad, call people out, and then when people say, okay, I'll be a Huckleberry, and then they tell you about yourself, then now you scream foul. This is kind of what happened in the Ryan Garcia fight. Mistakes were made from Team Haney, Exhibit A. And then now it's like lawsuits and we only lost because Ryan cheated. This team doesn't want to take any type of ownership. And I can't wait. I promise you, I cannot wait to hear Devon's next move because so far I'm not impressed. All the moves have been bad. You better hope Turkey bails you out and get you a good fight. And even if he does, who are you going to fight? You said you're fighting in March. I highly doubt if you fight with Turkey that you're going to be fighting in March because it's Ramadan. Already went over this, right? So I firmly believe everything I say on my channel. I don't say this stuff for clickbait. It's ironic that Bill Haney says that a person like me has no integrity when he's running around trying to have a smear campaign against me and other content creators that are cooking him with facts. He's beefing with Charleston White, calling him out. None of this benefits Devin Haney. Devin Haney, just like it's like giving him another left hook from Ryan Garcia. He can't really afford to have more people angry with his brand, more people not happy with his brand. And yet him, his team, his dad, whoever, continue to rub people the wrong way. So we're seeing a real life crash out. And I've stated this. Charleston White is too funny for Bill. He is. And it shows you what type of person Bill really is. The man tried to get him on a podcast and all he wanted was for you to pay him. Like, I ain't doing it for free. I'm Charleston White. People love my interviews. I'm funny. It's going to go viral. You guys always talk about money. You take trips and you buying Maybachs for the girl and stuff. Cash me out. Bill didn't want to do it. The deal fell apart. And he says, Charleston White said he's been dissing me ever since. What part of the game is that? What part of Oakland is that where you don't get your way with one thing or a few things, or someone's not saying something you want, and then as a result, hey, these people are bad, and then you immediately snake them out and try to diss them and say, oh, this person's bad, this person's fake. So the Haneys can do no wrong. It's just everybody else is bad. Bro, I cannot wait for Devon's next fight. We got to do a watch party. We have to have a celebration. I cannot wait because the amount of pressure that's on this kid is next level, and it's their own doing. I told people to leave me alone. You're not more surgical than me. No one. So my memory's too good. I've been doing this too long. I respect myself and my name and my brand to ever let somebody, try to defame me and slander me and tell you guys that, oh, ego's not keeping it real. And then now you it's adding up and the situation is getting too combustible. You got so many people, and now that Charleston White has done it and Boxer Ego said what he said and blah, 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 you're going to have more and more people who feel compelled to see it how we're saying it because we do have influence. Charleston White has a ton of influence. People are going to laugh at it and be like, hey, that's a good point. The boy ain't got his mama. Da-da-da-da. And again, it's not just me. I'm not just, oh, this is a video for ego. Look at how these people are crybabies. I said it. Charleston White said it. Devin, the second Devin lost to Ryan Garcia and Eddie Hearn was busy on a Riyadh season card and couldn't get him tickets to a fight that had nothing to do with him, Devin Haney acted like a spoiled brat, a Karen, and immediately went to social media saying Eddie Hearn is the fakest ninja that I've ever met in my life over tickets to an event that had nothing to do with him. As you can see. And Eddie Hearn was tight about it because he's like, you little muff. He called him a PRICK. Eddie Hearn snaps on Devin Haney. Don't you ever disrespect me again. Who do these people think they are, bro? Who do they think they are? You think you could treat like all the things that Eddie Hearn did for you, all the fights. You mad because he said he ain't paying for your tune-up? So you lashing out? It says, wow, I'm in London. Eddie Hearn won't give me tickets to the fight, but keep mentioning me every chance he get. Eddie is the fakest ninja I ever met, bro. He do so much foul-ish. I respect Bob Arum because he kept straight business, and so did Oscar. he wasn't trying to act like he was my friend and cared about me so much. Eddie act like that, then he's two-faced behind your back. This is Devin Haney. And then you just went to the Ring magazine, and I'm probably sure you were trying to act cool with him. Why would you burn bridges? Why would you burn bridges with promoters that you've worked with? Because it's business. They don't have to promote your fight, especially after this. You know what I mean? So everything I'm saying is true. The Haneys are on Front Street. So the Haneyacks, I can't wait to hear. I can't wait to hear what they come up with next to try to save this team and make it look good and make this passable. Charleston White's on your helmet, Boxer Ego on your helmet, the fans in the comment section on your helmet. We unpacked.